And I understand we've got some new information coming in from Ed O'Keefe, who is at the White House for us. Ed, what are you learning? Are we going to hear from President Biden?
We are not going to hear from President Biden, but we have a written statement from him, Nora. I'll explain why we won't in a moment. In his statement, he says, in New York today, we saw that no one is above the law. Donald Trump has always mistakenly believed he would never face consequences for breaking the law for his own personal gain. But today's verdict does not change the fact that the American people face a simple reality. There's still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, at the ballot box. Convicted felon or not, Trump will be the Republican nominee for president. The threat Trump poses to our democracy has never been greater, the president says in his statement from his campaign. He says Trump, quote, is running an increasingly unhinged campaign of revenge and retribution, pledging to be a dictator on day one and calling for our Constitution to be terminated so he can regain and keep power. A second Trump term means chaos, ripping away Americans' freedoms and fomenting political violence, and the American people will reject it this November. The president is at his vacation home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware today, marking the 9th anniversary of the death of his son, Beau. We saw him briefly this morning in Wilmington, Delaware, at a church service with his family, and they stopped by a veterans memorial before he headed to that beach home. He's expected back here tomorrow for a few events for a few hours. His campaign and here at the White House, they have stressed that the president was likely to say something in some form, but not necessarily make a big deal of this. And isn't it telling that both the convicted former president and the sitting president have said the same thing, that ultimately the American people get to make this decision in November? Nora?
Ed O'Keefe at the White House, thank you.